All right, everyone, welcome back to another weekend wrap up with myself, Michael Nauss from StatsEdgeTrading.com. I get a lot of questions about why I'm not really active during these period of time. I think this market's going to be a good example to why. You get a lot of chop and slop and back and forth and nonsense, and it makes sense why. If you were a large institution, a large hedge fund manager, you got a couple days till the end of the year. You're looking for your bonus. You're looking for your P&L end of year target. You're probably going to take it a little easy. You're not going to swing for the fences. You're not going to jeopardize that. So you get a lot of vacations, people away from the desk, that kind of thing. And that creates this choppy action where any news event generally gets super overreacted to one way or another. And then we get these sloppy candles that I'll talk about. So um, also, you're a human, right? Over at statsedgetraining.com, we use like machine learning algorithms. I'm always building systems. Those systems will guide us on what we're to trade each week. If you're interested in that, just go to statsedgetraining.com to learn more. But you're still human. You're the one hitting the button. You're the one that the P&L is ticking up and down. You're the one that's doing all of this different uh, emotional and decision making and all of that. So it is very important that you rest. So this week and next, I just take a look at the markets pretty much just at the end of the week, other than when my systems tell me to get involved in a trade. Other than that, hanging out with family, doing other things. We'll always get started with Bitcoin, so let's get started there as well. You can see, let's just go to the weekly candles. Nothing. So this is a doji week, right? Again, as always, there's 2 days left in the crypto chart, but it's the end of the week for everything else, so we'll consider that as well. A little bit of push up, a little bit of push down. Nothing happens. Complete sideways action. If you go into the intraday chart, right, big push up, big push down, nothing happened. I think some people prefer candles, so we'll go over to candles here. Right, nothing occurred. Couple up days, couple down days. You end up right where you start. If you look at the SPY, a lot of the same thing. Let's take a look at the weekly chart here. Right, a nice up week, and it's good that we bounced off of this down week. However, if you look at the body of the week, we are closing a little bit different when we opened. Not too much, just a kind of inside week, inside the last week's action. So when you're seeing this, it's just not the time to really be swinging for the fences. It's the time to take small gains where you can, take little trades. This is different if you're someone who trades small caps and micro caps. Those often go nuts because you have a bunch of people that are normally working and they're degens at home. So you can get some action there. And I'll show you some of the trades that we took, but right, just kind of chop and slop type action. And I expect this to occur next week as well. So like I talked about last week, this candle to me feels like a bottoming candle. And I will be wrong about that if we start to trade below this kind of 580 level on the SPY. Other than that, if that doesn't occur, if we don't trade under that, I am still going to be bullish. I'm still going to be buying things because so far the bears have always been wrong. And they will always be wrong until the end of this bull market. So 580 on the SPY, that's what I'm really concerned about. We look at IWM, less good, I guess is a good way to put it, where we're seeing this massive bump in large caps, not so much in small caps. IWC, which is our micro caps, these are little tiny guys, a little bit better, but still some not good action here as well. So this is one of those things that is purely existing in the large cap arena. RSP, again, a muted bounce as well. So the big guys are moving us right now, right? Tesla did okay this week, right? Names like Nvidia did okay this week. The bigger guys are the ones that are moving us more than anything else. It's been that way all year. Looks like it's going to be that way into the end of the year. And then we'll see if some revision happens. I'm going to do a whole video on Monday talking about the January effect and how quite often you can have these large caps or mega caps might be sold off. Some small caps may be bought. We may have some rotation there, all due to tax purposes. Make sure you're following or subscribing wherever you're seeing this. As always, the best way to make sure you get that I can get in touch with you is to go to statsedgetrading.com, sign up for the free email list there at the bottom of the front page, and I can just email you directly. I only do it every time I put out a video. But yeah, that's what we're seeing here is that big caps push, Small caps, mid caps not doing nearly as much. Same with the dollar, right? Dollar just chopping sideways. So all of the currencies moving sideways as well. Silver continues to sell, but again, just a lot of choppy action. So a shorter video, not as much to go over. I just wanted to let everyone know what happened in the markets this week. What I expect to happen next week is more of the same. I've noticed, and this, I don't have any data for this, but I've noticed just anecdotally, when you have these midweek Christmases and New Year's, when they happen right in the middle of the week, you get more of this action because you got to think about it. If you're a hedge fund trader, you have to take vacation time just like everyone else. You can take, the Monday and half of the Tuesday and the Thursday and the Friday. So you take like 3 days and you can get a whole week. So a lot of vacations going on, a lot of people not at their desk means that we can be choppy, but also we can move if a news event happens because there's going to be less people fading that move, less ability for people to fade that move. So don't step in front of a freight train just because I said things are going to be choppy. But also, I don't think it's time to really swing for the fences. I think it's time to get away from the screens, review what you did this year, go through that. What worked, what didn't work, what were the decisions that you could make going into next year that would really clean up your trading. That's something that I do each year. If you're a day trader, is there certain days you could have taken off? Is there certain times a day you could have taken off? If you're a swing trader, could you have held on to your trades a little bit longer and made more money that way? Could you have systematized some aspect of your trading that would have led to just as much money with less work or more money with less work, even better? That's the kind of stuff I think we need to be focused on going into the end of the year. If you want to know more about all of that, I'm planning on making videos next week about that kind of thing, about how to wrap up the year, how to get started in the next year. So make sure you're subscribed and or following wherever you're seeing this, and I will talk to you guys next week.